Heading into 2025, there are 7 big lessons that we are taking away from everything that we've done in 2024. I think we ended up going to about 8 or 9 countries.
We make many mistakes, and these are the 7 lessons that we learn from these mistakes that we are bringing with us to the new 2025. So we don't make the same mistake again. Probably could happen again, but hopefully fewer mistakes.
But maybe these will save you some time and stress whenever you go on your next trip.
Yes.
Lesson number 7. Travel actually can be kind of hard work. You expend a lot of energy getting to all these different places. And there's kind of that big debate about whether to do fast versus slow travel. And I don't think that our travel can qualify as slow travel. If you're traveling long-term enough, your travel is necessarily going to get a little bit slower because you definitely have to be strategic about taking some rest days to just relax, enjoy. That is when you can really fully explore a place. One of the good examples that we could talk about is Mae Hong Son Loop, which is, the famous motorcycle ride in northern Thailand. And pretty much when you do the Mae Hong Son Loop, you have to be constantly on the go. So it was really fast-paced.
And after our road trip in Chiang Mai, we spent a week resting. But that week, because we just have 1 week to rest and edit video, we were able to explore different night markets, the street food and night market in Chiang Mai, and then the different type of food in Bangkok. Lesson number 6, only if the price is right. I love drinking fresh juice. And from a street vendor sometimes, but they have fresh juice, and sometimes I forgot to ask the price. And then I got the juice, and then they say the amount, the cost. And it was like 3 times the amount of what I could get. Mango juice was our favorite thing. I finish this 1 liter. And then some mango juice could range from, for example, $1. And then some place would charge you up to $3. That is like, you can get 3 juice for that.
Some places do post their prices. You still want to check with them because the price could be lower or higher than what is posted. Likewise, not just for street vendors, but also restaurants. And that way you don't have to have this awkward discussion after the meal is done about how much you need to pay.
It's not awkward as much as it scams you. And you're like, wait, how much? So that simple question is, how much is this?
Mm-hmm. And that really leads us into our lesson number 5, which is one word can be priceless. As you're traveling around to different countries, it's easy to coast on English, but even learning just a few words of the local language can buy you a lot of goodwill. Hello, goodbye, thank you. All of these types of words can smooth out the way for you as you negotiate over prices or even just want to have a positive experience with local people.
Sometimes you get a better deal, like สวัสดีครับ ขอบคุณครับ So this is hello and thank you in Thai.
Number 4, choose what's right for you. So in traveling, you're going to be bouncing around to a lot of different places. And there is a truism in travel culture, which is to go beyond your comfort zone. That is not always true. Sometimes it's perfectly fine to do what is right for you, what feels comfortable to you. And that is especially the case with how you are getting to all these places that you're going to, whether it's bus, minivan, local ferry, speedboat, plane. Like for me, I'm 6'6" or almost 2 meters in height. I get quite claustrophobic. And so some of these long bus rides that get packed with people for a little modest increase in price, you can do something that is more comfortable for you.
Sometimes we want to travel the way the local do, but the locals are not 6'6". Lesson number 3, watch out for fake reviews. In the span of 6-7 months, over 8 countries, we have stayed at over 40 accommodations. And what we come to learn is don't trust all the reviews that are posted. So we learned through the try by error though. The beginning we were just booking a positive review, but now we read through it. And then I always also make sure I read from Agoda and Booking and also read from Google review. What we typically do is we look at the photos, we see what is listed on amenities, and we also read reviews that are most recent. We don't read most helpful because sometimes the most helpful feel like scam. Too positive. Some of the recent review would tell if there's construction around the area. And sometimes the recent review say horrible internet. Staying in a good accommodation could make or break our travel. We stay in this beautiful cottage in Indonesia, Bali. Unfortunately, it's only beautiful from the outside. When it's at night, they only give us one light in the cottage. When we need to go to the bathroom, we have to stumble, keep hitting the bed, the wall, the ceiling.
Beautiful when you went outside because there was minimal light pollution, but inside it was very difficult to function. Number 2, when people don't want your money.
What do you mean? Say it again. It's actually true.
Money matters. Traveling around a lot, you get used to exchanging different currencies. Normally, we definitely prefer using the local currency in the country that we're visiting. We find that it's overall cheaper. And also, I for one feel a little bit weird as an American using USD in another country. It feels almost ethnocentric. But 2 of the countries we visited really had a strong preference for the US dollar. It gets a little bit complicated because if you're using the local currency, you take out the local currency. At the end of your trip, you may have trouble re-exchanging the local currency for US dollars again. That was especially true in the Maldives. At the end of our trip, when we went back to the airport, none of the formal money exchangers would take back Maldivian rupiah for US dollars, local
we were
currency.
left with about $70 worth of rupiah. Mark walked around asking, and we got some local tourist desk guy. In Maldives airport, you have this tour operator that's little booth who basically do underhand exchange for us. And the rate is not good, but we know that we're not gonna use the Maldivian rupiah again.
Basically what we learned, I think, in summary, is that it can be a real balancing act between USD and the local currency in some countries.
Lesson number 1, trust your instinct.
It's okay to say no.
So what we mean is there are many incidences where our gut feeling tell us something else compared to what we are experiencing. We love riding around Southeast Asia through motorcycle, safely of course, and we have license. And I've driven in Southeast Asia before. In Thailand, there's one time when we in Khao Sok National Park, and we stay at this nice homestay. We love the homestay. However, the motorcycle they rent to us, oh my gosh. So it looked normal at first. And then when I start driving it, the steering wheel feel jerky. After 5 minutes, I feel like I couldn't turn properly. My instinct tell me, no, this could get us a crash if we need to do a turn or we need to do pivot. And you know what? Instead of continue, we after 5 or 10 minutes, we drove back and asked nicely here, hey, we're not comfortable riding this motorcycle because the steering wheel is not safe for us. Do you have something else? It might delay our trip, exploring Khao Sok for an hour or 2 because they have to find a new one. But for us, safety comforts. I think as we continue to travel up into the 25, it's okay to say no. Sometimes we don't have to do everything.
So these are our 7 top lessons from traveling this year. I'm sure we'll learn more lessons in 2025. We're interested to hear what lessons you all have had from your travel experiences. Is there anything you would or wouldn't do again? Put all of that in the comments below. If you're interested in following along, do us a favor and subscribe and like this video to let others find it.
We would really appreciate it as we are working hard, try to enjoy the world and then also try to make content for you and for our friends and family. Now you see the type of travel we do. Where should we go next in Southeast Asia or in the world? Let us know. We would be curious to see. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.